Welcome back to another episode of JAWS Diaries. I'm Jason Wahler.
And I'm Ashley Wahler.
How you doing, babe?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing really good. You know what today is?
It's your birthday week.
Yeah, day 363.
It's your birthday week.
God, it's been so cool to do this journey with you guys. I know I still got 2 days, but I really feel strong that I'm going to make it.
It's
so
3 days.
It's 365 days in a year.
2 days. Okay, yeah, because you're talking about tomorrow. Okay, never mind.
No, today is 363 days. So, anyways, this has been a rad ride with you guys. Next episode will be after the year celebration. So, hopefully, you guys have taken some stuff away from this, from the alcoholic and the codependent. But it's been fun.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
Love you.
welcome.
Thank you for all the support.
Love you.
Yeah, 363. So let's follow up on some action. Yours was to obtain a night routine again, since you've not been brushing your teeth and sleeping with your makeup and falling asleep in your clothes. Where are you at, woman?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I put my PJs on this week and I brushed my teeth and washed my face, but
You've been doing good.
not really. I mean, I've just been exhausted, so.
I thought you've been doing
good. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been going to bed early, though, and I've been making sure that I'm not sleeping downstairs. I'm, making sure I go upstairs to sleep.
Yeah. We last night we went to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock.
It was really nice. We should do that again.
So mine was I was going to bring up talking about those 5 questions. And I did it a few times this week. I didn't do it every single day like I'd hoped, but I made a point to connect with Ashley. And these 5 questions are really to help with communication and just to get on the same playing field and understand where your friend, your significant other, whoever it may be, is at. So the 5 questions are, number 1 is, how are you feeling? Number 2 is, what are your plans for the day and what's on your agenda? Number 3 is, what are your wants? Number 4, or what are your needs? And then number 5, you say something that, for myself, I would say something I'm grateful for about Ashley. And you start off your morning like that, and it's something that just really helps with communication. The days that I did do that, it was everything became a lot more effective and a lot more understanding. So it's something I still want to continue on through. I want to do it, not just for an action for the week, but I want to create that communication, especially when you have so much going on in life. It just really helps. So hopefully maybe you can start doing that to me as well. It'd be good. So that's that. Check in. Ash, how you doing?
I'm literally exhausted. Overall, this beginning of the week has been a good start to the week. Last week, I did not eat well at all, and I just felt horrible all week. I just was rushing around and busy, and it was really nice because I had Saturday and Sunday off. I never have Saturday and Sunday off, so in that aspect, it was really nice, but I think I just got kind of lazy and just ate whatever I felt, and it doesn't make me feel very good. I actually don't feel good after I eat terrible. It sounds good in the moment, but then I just feel horrible. Literally physically horrible after I eat fast food and stuff. I'm really sensitive to certain foods and I'm very intolerant to a lot of things. So yeah, I feel like that was my week. It was kind of crazy. I worked from Sunday to Friday, so that's 6 days, and then had 2 days off and kind of pumped through because I know we get a break soon.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful for that. And we did, by the way, one of my favorite things that we did this week is we looked at Christmas lights for 4 nights in a row, and it was
very addict behavior.
Literally the best moments ever, and I just will always remember that. And I hope Delilah will too, because we had so much fun and it was so special. And that was my favorite.
I think
moment.
we had more fun than Delilah.
No,
We literally went 4 nights. We literally went 4 nights in a row.
We just had so much fun. There's just nothing better, and I really enjoy us just being a family, the 3 of us. I don't really like doing things with other people. I sound like a total jerk, but I don't mind doing things with other people. But my favorite time ever is just being with the 3 of us. I love the 3 of us. So
that's awesome. Well, hey, I want to ask real quick, me as well. But going back to, I don't want to just skim over the food thing because, you kind of opened up about that was last week, right? You opened up
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So could you, how does that come into play? You obviously talked to me about it and how you want me to try to help hold you accountable and eating healthier. But, you opened up about.
But then I'm sorry, but then we went to Whole Foods and we stopped at In-N-Out on the way, and I had to do like the walk of shame by throwing our In-N-Out trash in the Whole Foods trash before we went shopping.
So
not
what?
really
Anyways.
holding me accountable.
Hey, rough day. But okay, well, with that being, we're talking about something super serious.
No,
You're like bringing a joke about it. See,
I
she's
know.
deflecting because she doesn't want to talk about something that's super serious and vulnerable. But how are those things going? That's something that's you're opened up about. So share now. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, you guys can tell I obviously have a food issue because the only thing I talk about is food, and when I don't feel good is when I eat bad. So,
What steps have you taken to work on this?
well, I finally talked to a therapist about it. That's my step one because I haven't really talked to anybody about it, and I talked to my sponsor about it. So,
Boom. You
that's
started
two
the
things
process.
that I started to talk about, and
I'm proud of you, seriously.
thank you.
I don't know why you're not. It's a very big deal.
Thank you. I just think that my brain is so big sometimes it tells me like so many negative things when I eat bad. That's like really my issue. For those of you that don't know, the reason why I'll just go into the detail. So I had an eating disorder a long time ago. If you're wondering what my food issues are, because people are going to be like, what is specific? Like, what do you mean? I was bulimic for like a really long time in my late teens, early 20s. And I just kind of had an obsession with like feeling skinny and not feeling like there was any food in my body. I actually feel like a little more energized when I'm not eating. Like today I was really busy and towards the end of the day I didn't eat a ton. I was hungry at the very end and I eat. I haven't had like a sickness or anything for like years, but it's weird because when big traumatic events happen, like old things come up, and I know that it's just like a weight thing for me has always been like an issue. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think when things get busy and I don't that's like a big component of me taking care of myself is like eating healthy and staying active. And when those two things like go out the door, I get into really bad depression. So,
Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Seriously.
Thanks.
It's important. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Weight was something that was a part of my thing. And, first thing you do is got to get open and honest about it. So I think there's a lot of people that can relate to you, babe. For myself, I'm obviously like right now, like today, I'm in a really good place. Had a really good Monday. I love having like a fresh start to the week and just kind of crushing things out. But last week, Ashley and I were still butting heads, got into it, like even within our therapist and stuff. Like everything just from burning from both ends, like finally caught up to me. So I made it a point to do multiple things for myself, to get myself back on track because I was just at such an irritable place that I was not in a place to even with our therapist. I was just like, look, I'm not even in a place to process right now. And I was like, you guys continue the session. This is going nowhere. But again, is some days are better than others. And I just have to remember that and turning to God, praying. Thank God for my men's accountability group and Bible study that I have, because that's been super helpful. Being able to open up to other guys that are married and that run into some issues with their wives, and being able to talk about it and come up with some solutions. So I know Ashley, trust me, I know I'm not probably the easiest person to live with, but we're working on things, and I'm just in a really good place right now. I think just looking at like the last year, and where I'm at is I can say there's a lot more growth. I think just our relationships gotten a lot better. I think I'm a lot better dad, son, friend. I've also noticed, like, even though I have these roller coaster of events and these emotions, like I've gotten to a place of stability. As I do still see a lot of balance, because when I do get irritable, like I'm aware of it, like in the moment and that day, as opposed to letting it build up over weeks and weeks and sometimes months. Then I just explode. Whereas I've made a lot of perfection, like made a lot of progression.
Made a lot of perfection.
A lot of perfection. So it's cool. Excuse me. It's cool to reflect on that. And I think this in our relationship, to have Ashley open up about what she's going through. And, I knew she had those issues, but, she's never really brought them up. And she maybe was not in a place or felt safe to be able to do it with everything I was going through. So it's kind of like the tables have turned in some senses of me being able to be supportive. And it's been a hell of a year, and it's nice to be able to go into the holidays, sober. And I know it's a very trying time for a lot of people out there that are, that went through Thanksgiving or approaching, Christmas and or New Year's. My biggest piece of advice for the holidays is whenever if you're have a core group of people that you connect with. If you're going to places that with family that's triggering, have an exit strategy. And have a couple people on speed dial, and even if you can, bring somebody with you to any place that you're going to. And look, also don't subject yourself to a place if it's really that bad or uncomfortable, because your health and well-being is more important. So.
And think about how cool it is when you get to have like 12 birthdays all in one, like Jason. You get to have a sobriety birthday, you get to celebrate Christmas, you get to have a real birthday. You can just plan it all out so you get to celebrate every month of the year.
Yeah, Ashley's alluding to my sobriety birthday is December 17th.
Then
Christmas is the 25th. The
then
first is New
birthday.
Year's, and then my birthday is January 11th. So,
But I'm just saying, you can have like 2 holidays. Right?
anyways, so yes, that's where I'm at. Let's do the topic. I wanted to either do amends or instant gratification. I'll leave it up to you.
I mean, it's kind of your birthday week, so you get to pick birthday boy.
Well, why don't we talk? Well, yeah, I think I'm going to go with amends then, because I think this year, and a big part of my program was making amends. And, I'd like to open it up for yourself and how amends has played into your life. And then I'll share my side on amends and what it's done for me.
Well, I think for me personally, I'm kind of an amending person because I don't like having grudges and I don't like fighting with people and I don't really like having...
You love fighting with me.
No, I don't actually at all. I hate fighting with you. You enjoy fighting with me. You
Here
get pleasure
we go.
out of it. I swear. I hate fighting with people. I actually think it's like the biggest waste of time ever. I don't like arguing with people. I don't like holding that in. I would rather just totally get over it. I'm like one of those people where it's like, okay, let's like get over it now. Like I don't like to have resentments towards people, and I like to try and make amends whenever I can. I don't feel like that's a really hard topic for me, honestly, because I think I was just born like that. My mom's like that. Like I'm not like a hostile, like angry, zealous person. Like I like to just like, if I have an issue with someone, I'd like to bring it up together and then move on and be done with it. You know what I mean? Because I think it actually
So what would
hurts
be
me
your
more.
advice though if somebody is struggling with making amends?
Just do it. It's like,
I think it comes back to keeping your side of the street clean, right?
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's really all that's really doing and hurting is yourself. And so I feel like you can't really have any growth until you make amends with something that's you're upset about. And it feels good to just not be able to carry that weight on your shoulders, especially during this holiday season. Like that really should be the topic of the week, is like making amends with people. And the thing too is like not only being gentle with yourself, but being gentle with others. There's a lot of people that are struggling right now. And even though like you might be personally struggling, when you give out gratitude and like help somebody else out, you'll really realize how much that actually helps you out in turn. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask you a question. So Ashley, in regards to amends, like what does amends look like to you?
it's kind of the same thing. Like taking accountability for what you did wrong and promptly admitting it and making sure it doesn't happen again, and then taking the steps to make you like a bigger person by not doing those things again.
Yeah, so I think exactly. And I think for me is especially a part of my program and what I do is making amends with people is, when I'm making my amends, which I have a long list to do. And I mean, even when it's with Ashley, but it's I call, when I meet people face to face or I call them and talk to them, especially the times that we're in, is I let them know like, hey, look, when I was under the influence, I was not the best person. It was not me, but I take full ownership and accountability for what I had done, and I want to do whatever I can to make it right. And I want to let you know that it will never happen again. That's really what amends looks like to me. There's a lot of difference in just, I'm sorry. And then if you say it the other way, it holds a lot of weight, and it actually allows the opportunity for the healing process, not only for the other individual, but most importantly yourself. So like Ashley said, as we are going into the holiday seasons, if there's grudges, there's frustrations, there's, areas that you need to have and make amends with people, do it. It's so freeing. It's so freeing, and it's the only person that's harming and having grudges and resentments is yourself. And a lot of people don't know, but resentments are one of the key indicators of relapse. That and breakups. So those are some of the two biggest enemies, isolation as well. But that's something I think that's really helped me with this year is making amends with people I need to make amends with. But for me, is I also had to make amends with myself. This year, I had to do a lot of forgiveness to myself, and something that I did that can maybe be a tool for you guys is I have a little picture of me when I was in, like, I don't know, 5th grade. I think it was 5th grade, up in the bathroom that I've had, and I've just looked at that, and you know, whenever I get frustrated or angry with myself, as cheesy as it may seem, I just remember trying to talk to that little kid, you know, as if that was me, and not to beat myself up. So
why you had that picture there?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Literally.
So it's more just to be gentle to yourself. That was what I did, and for a long time, when I was, you know, when I acquired my first 5 years of sobriety back in 2010, I used to have a mug shot, my most humiliating, frustrating time in my life, and I kept that in an 8x10 frame in my desk drawer, and that was just a reminder of a place that I never wanted to go back to. But now I'm utilizing, when I was a young kid, just that innocence and talking to myself kindly as I would to a young person or my own child. So, but I think a lot of people can struggle with that, and it's very freeing when you can just learn to accept and move on, and it's just so nice when your side of the street is clean. You know, it's something that people may be struggling with, but I just wanted to share that and what amends look like for me. And yeah, so we'll wrap that up. Ash, what's your action for the week?
Well, we're going to my mom's this weekend to celebrate our early Christmas. So I just want to really spend quality time with my family and just really like think about my dad and celebrate him. And I'm just looking forward to having a break.
Keeping it simple. Besides doing JAWS, I am taking the next 2.5 weeks off. I'm literally going in blackout mode. So love all of you guys. Have a wonderful and a Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys next week. What up, guys? Thank you for watching another episode of JAWS Diaries. Hey, if you or a loved one is struggling and you guys need some direction, some insight, and you're just lost, please fill out the link below and we'd be happy to help.